All right, so when you're getting ready to roll over your 401k, do this for sure. My man Dave just left me I was just talking to Dave on my drive up here, and he said he had a 401k with Principal. All right, they just rolled about $1 million. It's actually $1.054 million he had, and he was rolling it over to Vanguard. And hold on, let me just get over here real quick. And by the time it ended up at Vanguard, it was only worth $1.004 million. He was down $50,000. $50,000. And because what happened was he goes online, he fills out the thing for Vanguard, fills out the thing for Principal to do a direct rollover. A direct rollover means your company is directly rolling the money over to your new provider, Vanguard in this case. But it took 5 days before Principal actually relinquished the money, and so they had to sell, right? They had to sell, and it takes some time to settle and all that. So by the time it goes over to Vanguard, it's not worth $1.054 million, it's worth $1.04 million. So he's down $50,000. And the reason was because by the time he put the order in, who knew how long it took for Principal to actually make the sale? You still got the time for it to settle. I came over here and I'm in the wrong place. Now that guy's going over there. Okay. That's what happens when you change lanes. He always comes back to bite you. Anyway, so Principal said, we're going to take our sweet time. They literally didn't say that. I'm just using that for an example. There's no rush there. So when are they going to sell it? And you had all in S&P 500. When are they going to sell it? Whenever they damn well please. Could be a day, could be 3 days, 5 days. But it took 5 days for Principal actually sold it, and it settled. And then it took another 5 days before it ended up at Vanguard. So by the time it ends up at Vanguard, it's worth $50,000 less. So what he told me to tell you guys is that, so that way it doesn't happen to you, go ahead and sell it before you... Why does that guy get back over here? This truck is like going back and forth, man. I don't like that at all. So he's saying, look, if you want to control your money, as opposed to let it just kind of float out there without you having any impact on it whatsoever in terms of the sale date and all that, go ahead and sell it. That way, it will automatically have been sold. You don't have to wait on Principal to sell. So what happened was the market was going down. Remember that? A couple of weeks ago, the market had fallen like 10% over, in a couple of weeks' time or a couple of days. I can't remember. But anyway, so he caught a falling market, but because he hadn't sold it, Principal did, they sold it into a falling market, not their fault. But he lost, $50,000. He lost 5% of his portfolio because he didn't actually execute the trade. He let them do it. So the point being, if you're getting ready to roll over your money and you want control of the sale price, you sell it right then and put it all in cash. So that way, and by the way, don't forget, when a 401k rolls over money, they don't roll over shares in kind. They roll over cash. It all comes out as cash. So a sale will get made. A complete liquidation of your 401k, 403b, TSP will get made. It doesn't come out in kind. It comes out as cash. The question is, when does that sale happen? Does it happen when the markets are down 10%, 5%, something like that? Or does it happen when the markets are up 5 or 10%? I don't know. No one knows. I don't know. In fact, I've had other people tell me differently, like, yeah, man, they sold me, the Dow was at 10 and now the Dow's at 11, but they should have kept it. Why'd they sell me? I'm sure they kept my money invested. They just took the proceeds. I've had every single kind of thing like that you can possibly imagine. I can't prove it. You can't prove it. I don't know. You don't know. All I know is at the end of the day, I've had people say, man, they sold me on Monday, and the very next day the market's up 50%. And then why they sell it then? They should have waited a day. It's like you can't win for losing. So the point being is, if you don't want to give the financial company more management of your money than you want, you should go ahead and make the execution of the sale. Sorry, S&P 500, I'm going to sell today. I'll see it showing up as cash tonight, and that way Principal doesn't have to worry about selling my portfolio. It costs me 5%. I mean, $50,000 on $1 million portfolio is 5%, my friends. That ain't chump change. So just make sure that doesn't happen to you. All right, we'll see you.